Today I am telling you all about how my spending went and going over my budget for the month of January. If you saw my December budget recap, you'll know that I didn't do so well in December, but I promised that it was a completely different story in January, and I guarantee you will not be disappointed in me this month. Hi, I'm Rachel Lynn, and I'm working on paying off my student loan debt. I'm also here to give you tips, tricks, inspiration, and motivation along your debt-free journey. Go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below so that we can inspire and motivate each other together. So like I said, this is my budget recap for January. Before we get right into the budget, go ahead and leave me a comment down below and let me know how your January went. Let's just go ahead and get straight into the budget.
Let's take a look at my notes first. So my rent payment is actually my payment to my undergraduate degree. I live at home with my parents, and my parents also are paying for my undergraduate degree because they promised that they would when I entered college. So instead of me paying my parents my rent and then my parents paying my undergraduate payment, I actually just make my payment for my undergraduate degree. I also have graduate loans, and those are 100% on me, and so I don't have to worry about that. But because this is technically my rent payment, I kind of put it in as such. So my rent to live at home with my parents is $200 a month. My payment for my undergraduate degree is actually only $188.43. This changed in November or December of 2019. I am on income-based repayment. It's helping my parents out right now while they save money for my mom because she needs a liver and kidney transplant, and so they're just kind of saving money for that. So anyway, because I'm on income-based repayment, it is a lower amount, and I had been paying just the amount, and actually I was actually paying $275 last year, and my parents just made up the difference and gave me usually in cash. However, now that it is under $200, I'm just paying a flat $200, and I'm putting the full amount into my bank account that this payment comes out of, even though they're only taking $188.43. Because that way I'm just keeping all of my rent money is going into this account, and then every couple of months, instead of doing $12 every month, every couple of months I'm gonna make an extra payment towards my undergraduate degree to make up for my rent. If that's not confusing enough for you, I have plenty of other confusing situations that go on with my money, but that's just the way that I do things. I like to do things a little bit differently over here. Sinking funds. I have updated my sinking funds with new amounts. I pulled money from savings or from just extra money that I had this month, and I put money in my sinking funds to kind of fill them up just a little bit instead of having empty sinking funds. Now that I have a new job and some of those sinking funds have kind of been depleted a little bit, I kind of refilled at least some of those sinking funds, and we will see that in just a moment. So first up are my known allocations. I gave $120 to church. I put $23.77 into savings. And then my rent, of course, was $200. That just goes into that account, and then I will make a payment from there. My graduate loan payment is $72.52. This is also on income-based repayment because, of course, if you apply for one income-based repayment, like I need to for my undergrad degree, it automatically gets applied to all of your student loan payments. That is really no big deal. I just make the minimum payment, and then at the end of the month, I make a bigger payment towards my student loans. At least that's what I normally do. Of course, I haven't done this since April of last year when in May I decided to leave my job and didn't make an extra payment in May. And then of course I'm waiting until February when I had study checks that had the true amount with all benefits taken out so that I knew exactly how much I would be getting paid, make a set budget. And now that February is here and actually almost gone, I'm having car issues, so I'm waiting until my car issues are settled and paid for in order to make sure I have a good working car, just in case. So right here, my extra student loan payment, this is where I put all of that extra money. Now, I have actually hidden this number. There is a number that is going towards my extra student loans, but it's actually technically going into savings until February, but I just really wanted to put it in the extra student loan payment for the month. So we will see that at the end. Then I have my extra checking account. This is really just half of my emergency fund, so I don't really do anything with it. It's just there just in case I need to make adjustments or I need to use money from my checking account, or something along those lines. For my sinking funds, I put $398.57 into my sinking funds. This was what I had mentioned in the notes where I kind of refilled some things. Then I spent $6.35 for HP Instant Ink. That was actually approximately $1 more than I normally spend because I did go over my printing allowance because I was printing out a lot of stuff. And the frustrating thing is I was actually literally 2 pages over my limit, and they had to charge me for a whole 25 pages, which I think is like $1 or something like that. So it's really not that bad, but it was just frustrating because I had to reprint something because it didn't print out on the printer at school. And so that was really frustrating that I went over for 2 pages that I shouldn't have had to print in the first place. So anyway, I'll get over it eventually, probably, hopefully. My bill for Verizon in January was $53.85. Then my gas allocation, I spent $20.61 on gas on January 30th. Yep, that's right. I got gas one time all month long. I got gas, I think it was about December 30th, somewhere like one of the last days of December. I got gasoline and didn't need gas again for an entire month. This is pretty amazing. I'm looking forward to saving a lot of money on gas in the future and going forward. This is just one of the perks of working literally 1 mile from where I live. I don't have very far to go. So it's very, very nice, actually. And the funny thing is that like January was like 14 years long. So yeah, it really lasted. My groceries allocation, I spent $48.62 at Meijer and $30.28 at IGA. Next up is my teaching allocation. If you don't already know, I am a teacher and I spend a lot of money in my classroom. December, I spent a lot of money setting up a brand new, well, not a brand new classroom, but I redecorated and redid the classroom because I took over for a teacher that retired, and I redid things the way that I wanted them done, and I love my new classroom. So I spent a lot of money, and well, I continued to spend money, just not quite as much as December. So I spent $87.56 at Walmart, $21.20 on TPT. This is teacherspayteachers.com. This is where other teachers can make things and resources that other teachers can buy and purchase. And I wish I was a little bit more creative to sell my own things, but unfortunately I'm not. I just like to buy all of the other things that other people make. $21.20, $1.59, and then I also spent $22.28 at IGA. I bought some things for myself to have at school, like to eat, but then, and I just put it all in under school supplies, or my teaching allocation. But I believe that most of this was buying popcorn and cookies for my students. We were doing adjectives and using sensory words, so using the 5 senses to describe things. And so I got cookies and popcorn so they could actually use all 5 senses, including taste and smell. And then they used adjectives to describe all of those things. So it was a really fun activity, and of course I spent money. Then on February 2nd, I spent $13.78 at Dollar Tree. I know this is in February, but I decided to count it towards January just because it was like part of the weekend, and I don't know, it just kind of, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and use money from January so that I don't spend as much in February. Just my way of like trying to pretend like I'm saving money, but kind of not. Then for my spending allocation, I spent 99 cents for Apple Cloud Storage. I spent $13.69 for Amazon Prime, which I really do need to cancel now that I'm not buying things from Amazon. I was buying a bunch of stuff from Amazon in December for setting up my classroom that I wanted all of these things like right away, and I wanted the 2-day shipping. So I did get Amazon Prime for a month or two, and so I probably should cancel this. And then I spent $9.48 for Netflix. And I find this really interesting though, because I actually didn't spend any money on myself. This is just services. This is cloud storage and Amazon Prime and Netflix. I didn't spend anything on myself. I mean, I bought like groceries and stuff. I didn't spend any money on myself in January. This is pretty amazing. Well, here is where I spent all of the money on myself. I spent $10.70 at McDonald's, $5.91 at McDonald's, $11.23 at Culver's, and then $8.58 at McDonald's. And the reason why I eat at McDonald's so often is because it is right by where I work, and it is not exactly, but pretty much on the way home. I don't really pass it unless I go that certain direction, and it really doesn't add too much to my commute if I do. So it's kind of on the way, but kind of not. I am really working on cutting back on my restaurants, eating out, especially at McDonald's. So I'm really trying to be better at that. And I hope that February shows a little bit more restraint when it comes to eating at McDonald's. Then for my, what used to be my fitness allocation, now is health allocation, I did not spend any money, and I kind of feel like I should probably be spending more money on health than on eating out at McDonald's. Then we have my sinking funds, and I did not spend any money from sinking funds in January. And now for my very favorite part, that is my income. My first paycheck for December 31st, which I get paid on the 30th or 31st, and I just always count it towards the next month, because what am I going to do with that much money for one day? I kind of need it for the first. So I was paid $1,479.90. Then I earned $3.77 from Capital One interest for my Capital One 360 checking and savings accounts that I have. I also earned a $20 Capital One referral. So in the description down below, I have a link. And if you use that link and open a qualifying account for a checking or savings account, you get a free $25 for opening, and I get $20 for referring you. So thank you so much to anyone that has used this link, and thank you to anyone in the future that uses that link. That helps us both out. And I do highly recommend the Capital One 360 bank accounts. They are really simple and easy to use, and even though the interest rate is not exactly the highest one that you can get, it is one of the higher ones. It is much higher than my main bank account. I get like 0.01% in a savings account that I might have at my other bank account, but for Capital One 360, their savings accounts earn close to 1% interest. That is a huge difference in interest earned, and just the ease and simplicity of using the accounts has just been really great. I do highly recommend them. Then my second paycheck, I earned $1,187.65. This paycheck right here, I was still counted as a long-term substitute, and there were no benefits or anything taken out. I'm not sure if anything was taken out of this check. I don't know if all that started in February or not. So this is why I was waiting until February to make any extra payments towards my student loans, because I wanted to make sure that I knew exactly what I would be getting paid from month to month. So February will definitely tell me how much I'll be getting paid. Then I also was paid out from Google AdSense for money made here on YouTube for the ads and stuff that play. So thank you so much to everyone that watches my videos. I really appreciate it. You really help me out and help me earn some money to put towards my student loan debt. You can also help me out right now by clicking the like button for this video. So thank you. So I made $119.52. I made a grand total of $2,810.84 in the month of January. This is actually awesome, like really awesome. This is like over $500 more than I normally make in a single month. Next up, I'm going to recap everything and where I stood for the end of the month. If you see these accounts right here, this is not how much is actually in those accounts. That it's somewhat for my records, but really that's not the total amount that's in those accounts. For church, I spent exactly what I had planned to spend. For savings, I never put an allotted spending in savings. It's just whatever. It's usually just the interest that I earned from my checking and savings accounts, but I think I also put it in the Capital One referral. I just kind of put that in my savings. My rent, I was $11.57 over, but that's because I was budgeting the payment that comes out, but I really need to, in the future going forward, I need to budget $200 period and just like end it at that. And so I won't really talk about this much anymore. I paid exactly my minimum payment for my graduate loan payment, and that should be exact because that comes out automatically. Then my extra student loan payment, I will actually show you at the end what I put towards that. So this number will change here in just a moment. This, of course, was zero for extra checking account. My sinking funds, I was $148.57 over what I planned to put in because I wanted to put some extra money in there to make up for some stuff. HP Instant Ink was $1.06 over. Verizon, I was 15 cents under. I just kind of raised that up to 54, and hopefully it should never be over $54, but we'll just keep an eye on that. My gas allocation, I spent $20.61 and I had $54.39 left over in the budget. For groceries, I spent $78.90 and I had $21.10 left over. For teaching, I spent $146.41 and had $3.59 left over. And then my spending allocation, I spent $24.16 and I had $75.84 left over. Restaurants, I spent $25.72 and had $14.28 left over. And then weight loss, I spent nothing and had $50 left over. So that's actually health. I need to change that back to health too. Now for how much I put towards my extra student loan payment. Of course, this is just going into savings until February and my car situation is resolved. But here we go. Ta-da! $1,693.83. I am so excited that I was able to put this much towards my student loans. I may not have $5,500 in that account, but it's pretty close to that. And then adding that on top of it, I think that in February, depending on what happens with my car, I might be able to put like at least $7,000 towards my student loans. This is pretty awesome considering I have been out of work since the end of May. I have not gotten a regular paycheck since the end of June. And I bought a new computer in that time. I went on a trip and went to FinCon, and I spent some money on that. I have done so well with my money. I am just like, oh, I'm ecstatic. I'm so, so, so happy, and I cannot wait to put this money towards debt.
I promised you that January was very, very good. I'm so proud of myself for saving all of that money and just, this is so exciting. Like, I don't do no spend months, and I know several people in the debt-free community that like to do a no spend January because December is usually a spending heavy month. Thanks to holidays. I can probably do a whole video all about why I don't like to do no spend months or no spends period. Even though I did not have a no spend month, I kind of feel like I did because I was so far under all of my spending. I think the only thing that came close was my teaching allocation, and that's just because I'm getting started in a brand new grade level in a brand new school. I'm going to be purchasing some things. I do need to get that spending under control, but like everything else was amazing. So I am so proud of myself. If you made it this far in the video, I would like for you to leave a comment down below and leave the word superstar because that is how I feel. I feel like a superstar this month for my lack of spending. I feel like a superstar. And just in case you missed it and you want to see just how much of a train wreck December really was, I will link that video for you right here. You can go and see that now, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.